I'm back. Um, but not with Danganronpa this time. I took a short break, mostly just because I didn't really feel like playing Danganronpa for a while. Um, but I might get to that later this week. Um, I think I've maybe figured out my audio levels and stuff now. I might have to like fidget with a bunch of my OBS settings again to get it to look nice again, because I think I was messing with it when I was trying to record some Honkai polls a while back. Um, but anyway, today I'm playing a really cute looking visual novel called To Judge by the Cover, um, because someone on Discord recommended it to me because they were actually part of the team behind this one, and it looks really pretty and really cute, and I'm really excited to check it out. Um, this was made for a game jam, so I think it's only a demo right now. So there's a lot of features that are missing, or like, will be changed in the final game or whatever. But like already, like this menu is really really cute. I like it. Um, but anyway, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna get into this. Seems like this is the right place. At least it's the address that Mom told me. I don't think anything else resembles a library, though. In this in this quaint town, I'm used to only seeing modern buildings around. Wait, what about this place? It seems to stick out like a sore thumb. The architecture is way older, but the building itself is well maintained. Flower ponds placed around the stairs and doors create a friendly atmosphere. The granite sign says, "The Municipal Library of Newbark Number 2. Found it! Finally! Oh wait, he has a voice! Oh my gosh. I really hope no one heard that. Keep it together, Eric. What are people going to think if they hear you talking to yourself? I don't want to look that strange on my first day. Speaking of, you're probably wondering why such a precious and enthusiastic man is talking to himself in the streets while looking for the old library. Like he's the main hero of a visual novel, or just a weirdo. The answer is neurodivergence. I was always an active kid, but as soon as my parents realized that I have problems with staying calm or in focus, they started to look for a reason to help me. And in no time, I was diagnosed with ADHD. At first, I was scared to take any meds out of fear of losing myself, but if you want to fit in, you need to adapt. And eventually, I decided to go for it, and it helped. I became responsible enough to reach my dream job as a game designer. That's awesome. I myself have kind of wanted to get into game design. I feel like that's something most like nerdy kids have wanted to get into at some point. But like coding is really hard. Like I struggle with just coding in RenPy. It's pretty difficult. But I do think it would be fun to like learn to code a little bit better and like make little games of my own one day. That'd be pretty fun. Maybe not as like a job, but I don't know. I like creating things. But with every year, I struggled with my focus more and more. It took a while for me to understand that my meds didn't work anymore. My therapist said that I need to find a place where I can belong. And then, my mom told me a story about the club that she used to visit many years ago. I decided to proceed with my investigation and find out more about the place. And now I'm here. I believe that this club could become the place I need, a place I belong. But who knows? Shaking my head, I climb the stairs and open the door. I'm expecting the smell of books or that nostalgic library scent. You know the sort. You know the sort of old books and all that stereotypical stuff that comes to mind. I asked the elderly cat lady by the reception how to find the book club meeting. With no words, she points her paw towards the small door situated at the right wing of the library. She's cute. I like her. I like the gray on like her face fluff. That's really cute.
Oh, I thought it larger.
Oh, I turned down the voices a lot. I didn't think I turned it down that much. I was just trying to make sure everything was like kind of balanced and not super loud. But anyway.
Not that I think it's bad that it's small. I like that it's cozy.
Is there anything else?
Huh. Anything else? Good question.
Let me mess with these a little more. This kind of of hard to hear his voice. Listen, young man, if you don't hurry along, you're going to miss the book club meeting. Oh, right. I immediately thank her for reminding me about that. Phew. I leave, though I swear I could hear a sigh of relief when I do. I bring myself to walk up to the door and then open it. Oh! Are they like a squirrel? That's so cute. Characters with big old ears are my favorite. Just comically large ears. My eyes scan over the 4 members, taking them all in. Everyone in the club looks so unique. Yeah. Oh, is he like a tiger? Like a white tiger? It's cute. Maybe, if they're all so different, I'll fit right in. That thought makes my tail wag a little behind me. Excitedly, I begin to walk toward the table to introduce myself, only to pause. Wait, doesn't someone here look familiar? That red squirrel, isn't that... Oh, her outfit's really cute. Ruth Redcoat, the local starlet, a familiar face on modeling gigs, commercials, music videos, and the odd small acting role in a movie. I'm surprised to see a minor celebrity like herself present in a book club of all places. But hey, anyone could love a good book or two, even someone of her profession, right? Upon seeing me, a smile quirks on her face. Of what intentions, I couldn't tell. She drums her fingers on the table, other hand lent to hold her tilted head. From my perspective, perhaps it's curiosity? Something catch your eye, puppy?
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't mean to stare.
Oh, his voice is really cute. She laughs, a soft and saccharine laugh. Well, pleasure to meet you, and pleasure to have you at the club. Let's hope this experience will be a pleasurable one for the both of us. She smiles again, mysteriously. Is she flirting with me? Or is she just saying that in general? I mean, she did say for both of us, so that could mean just between the two of us, or... Heck, maybe I'm overthinking it. She winks at me. No, she's definitely being flirty. Maybe I should be nice and play along. I don't know, I'll flirt back. She's cute.
A pretty lady like yourself would know a thing or two about pleasurable experiences.
I give her a playful wink in return and put on my most confident voice.
I'm Eric, by the way. The pleasure is all mine.
Ruth laughs. My, how rude of you to assume a lady's proclivities. Her voice, seemingly filled with warmth, suddenly turns icy for just the slightest moment. Watch yourself, dog. And soon, the moment is gone, her harsh expression replaced with the same unreadable smile. I suppose I am pretty, that is indeed true. That's one thing you've got right, at least. The tiger with striking white fur huffs when Ruth finishes speaking. His expression looks exasperated, but I can't tell if it's aimed at me or Ruth. That is, until he speaks. Ruth, again with the games. I told you to knock that off if we want more people for the book club. The tiger sits there eyeing Ruth before inspecting me. I can only tell he's looking at me by the turn of his head. It's hard to see his eyes behind those glasses. Don't mind her. I'm Jericho. You can have a seat right over there, Eric. We were just about to start, if you want to sit in. Oh, I like it. I like all the characters here. They're all really cute. Oh my gosh, the little paws on the Converse. I pull out the chair at the head of the table and sit down, feeling slightly nervous from having everyone's eyes on me. In particular, the German Shepherd next to me seems to be eyeing me with a stern expression. The hair on his head is graying. Maybe he's the oldest one here? Name's Richard. Richard Wilson. I hope you're not a troublemaker. We already have enough of those here. So jazzy. I love it.
No trouble here, sir.
At least, I hope I don't cause him any trouble. Something tells me he's got a temper. You seem tense. Everything alright? Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course. I just don't know how to say. Everyone seems...
I'm trying to figure out how to speak my mind without making a bad first impression. But the shepherd abruptly interrupts me. Noisy, straightforward, just too friendly. Wow, this man really has no filter.
Let's say the last option?
You'll get used to it. Richard sighs. Or he'll just leave this place, like some former members.
Were there more members before?
We can really call them that. Usually, they forget about this place in a few days. Oh, I see. I can't blame him, to be honest. Everything can't be that bad. I'm trying to smile, since I don't want the others to notice that Richard speaks about them this way. But it seems like they don't pay it any attention at all. Let me just tell you that you haven't seen them in action yet. Especially him. The shepherd takes a glance at the fox that sits beside him. Let me bother you with a question. How limited in your eyes is other people's freedom? Do you think it's more important to be who you are? Or does your freedom end when it crosses another person's boundaries? That is a really interesting question. I don't know, I could see, like, both sides. I feel like it really just depends on, like, who you're interacting with. I don't know. I'm really tired, so I can't make any big philosophical statements about this right now. I can yap for days, but only the silly things. I don't know. I'll go. Everything has its
I think
mouth.
it's more important to keep to the boundaries of each other. Otherwise, we can hurt another person.
Yeah, that's real. Finally, someone who understands that. It was a pleasure to talk with you, Eric. But I think someone else also wishes to take some of your time. When my attention passes to the next, and last, person to be greeted, I notice he looks quite aloof. Staring at the small fidget toy on the table, flicking it gently with a half-dead look in his eyes. Within moments, he notices me looking, and looks back, smiling slightly with his tail gently wagging behind him. I realize it's Coy Laren's, local rich guy. He'd been written about in the papers when his parents died, and the paper wasn't allowed to give much detail. The headline said, local owners of bookstore chain pass away in a tragic car crash, estranged child to be heir. He'd been seen around before. He got around a lot, but that meant that people would come up to him holding the paper. It was clear he was hiding his feelings anytime that happened, but it was never very clear as to why. Bonjour, parlez-vous Francois? It has been a while since I have tried to speak French. Please don't laugh at me, oh my god.
I'm sorry, what?
He giggles. Sorry, I had to get you. French is fun. Anyway, welcome to the club. It's always a pleasure to see a new face. And don't worry, I'm pretty new too. I'm Coy Larens. Wait, what's your name and how are you doing? Oh, he's silly. Wow, this guy really excites me. There we go. I can talk, I promise. He looks at me expectantly, and my tail begins to wag, just as his was. His energy is positive, and it's definitely washing over me. You're very enthusiastic. I'm Eric, and I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Very true. Always am. Glad to hear you're in good spirits, Eric. He puts a happy emphasis on my name, tilting his head to the left as he says it. Then Coy, this hyper new friend of mine, takes a seat, smiling and letting his tail wag gently. Ruth flashes a soft smile as our conversation goes back and forth. Good to see you're getting along with our local sweetheart, Coy. He deserves nothing but the best, and I hope you can give him that. Ruth leans over and whispers to me, be gentle with him, okay? He's gone through a lot, and I need you to be supportive of him all throughout. I'm very fond of the guy, and I hope you can understand where he's coming from as well. Especially in regards to his autism and ADHD. I'd like for you to take that into account in your interactions. She leans back and laughs as if she had told a funny joke. Like I said, I'm a real wild card when it comes to comedy. Guess I couldn't make you laugh. I'll get you next time. It appears that Ruth had just told me to pay special attention to my interactions with Coy. I wasn't expecting that from her. She also seems like she was unwilling to be exposed in doing so. Ruth seems like a complex woman with a great deal of care for each member of the club. Hopefully I don't get on either hers or Coy's bad side. I feel a veiled threat behind the whispers we just exchanged. I think I can handle it. It seems like you know everyone here, darling. Then, would you mind joining our discussion? We're just about to start. Of course, I'm in. My tail wags a little in excitement. I wonder what kind of book we're gonna discuss. So, what's the book you're reading at the current moment? Ruth giggles a bit. That's my question too. We haven't decided yet. Every 2 weeks, each of us brings a unique book, and we read the most interesting passages from them. We highlight our favorite lines and discuss our feelings about them, And by the end of the meeting, we choose the book that we're going to read together. Wow, I didn't expect it to be so interesting. Even reminds me of a kind of therapy. It's just a meeting. We have no desire to force anyone to share. Don't worry, Eric. I think it's rude to interrogate someone who just came here for the first time. I guess it's the reason why most newcomers just run away. Ruth lightly, almost playfully, hits Richard on the side of his waist. Don't be so negative, sweetheart. But there is a grain of truth in his words. She sighs. I, like no one else, understand how hard it is to open up to others. I assume you haven't brought a book with you today, Eric. Am I right? How about you ask several questions to us instead? Here's my book. We already highlighted some moments, so you don't have to read too much beforehand. Just pick a section and talk about it with someone. Maybe we can get to know each other better. Ooh. What are you exactly? And what do I call you? The wolf asked. What am I? That's something I ask myself too. It paused. When born into a world that was not meant for me, knowing nothing but the language we speak now, knowing nothing of my origins, or what I'm meant for, again, I ask, what am I? You are it, and I am Wolf, the wolf said. You are Wolf, but I am not anything. I have not had the chance to be anything, said it. Surely you are something, Wolf said, confused. You have a chance to be anything, like anyone else. Not in this world, not in this body. It looked over its figure, so unlike Wolf or anything Wolf had ever seen. I can help you, Wolf pleaded. I'm dying, Wolf. There's no stopping that, it said with finality. Wolf looked bewildered. But without you, I'll be alone. I can't live without you. What has it been, Wolf? A couple of weeks? I live in your heart. I speak to your mind. But I am not to last, it said. I'll help you live. I'll do anything. You make me feel in a way nothing in my life has ever made me feel. In a way nothing in my life has ever made me feel. Not me skipping like a million words in that sentence. Jesus. For once, I'm not alone, Wolf stressed. One day, Wolf, you will be, and you need to be ready. Wolf's heart pulsed, two souls beating as one. No winter, no life-sucking city could compare to its faithful, unconditional love. What was Wolf without that love? Okay, I have to know, like, is this like an actual like story out there somewhere, or is this like original prose? Because this is really good. I would love to read the rest of it if it's like an actual thing out there somewhere. Ruth like peeking at me from behind the book. I don't know. The UI is really cool too. I like having like the actual book in front of you. It's super cool. I don't know. I guess I'll just start from the top. It seems like this is the fragment highlighted by Koi. Should I choose this fragment? Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll talk to Koi. Bodies are so restricting. They never quite are what you want. What you need, even. Having a body you can't love is the most casual form of loss known to life. Everyone feels it at some point. Whether you're mad that you aren't strong enough or fast enough, or whether you don't like your shape, it's always something at some point. You could be 4, you could be 14 or 40. Everyone gets it someday. Some people's moments are just harsher than others, or cause more problems, you know? It gets hard then. I can't rightly say I understand what you mean, but I have had times where I thought I was living someone else's life. That's a real feeling that what I had didn't belong to me. Maybe that was my own doubt getting to me, but I've been happy with the life I've lived so far. I only hope it gets better. Thank you. Anyway, let's move on, yeah? Yeah, we should move on. Ooh, another one. I'm gonna read all of these. So, if you guys don't want to hear me yap, I don't know, skip ahead a couple minutes. I like yapping. I like reading. It's my favorite activity. Light of the sun, I beg you, please, tell me why my world stuck in freeze. Since his eyes shattered in the night, how can I get myself back to the bright? Responsibility became a bound. Because of this, my knees are on the ground. This nightmare will be endless, leave me only emptiness. But I believe outside I will see the light, so I'm going on the other side to take a moon bite. By this I believe my dream will come true, when I see this shiny blue. I stand up and go to the chest. I don't need much for my quest. Another sword, another stand. It's time to find a wonderland. Under the stars' sparks, I'm full of life again. Liars want to turn my name into their gain. Oh, I'm full of life again. Liars want to turn my name into their gain. Shyly, I'm getting through old castle walls, sure that soon I'll reach the end of these halls. There are many hunters around the castle streets, but under the moonlight, I'm the best actress. The liars are blind right against their greed, and now I am the one who has become the lead. I'm gonna go with this one. I like this one. Seems like this is the fragment. Oh! A Jericho. Okay. Yeah, sure. Had a similar feeling when I moved here. I was scared, moving away from home for a fresh start. No family, no wife, just me and the kids moving into a dingy little mobile home until I could get us a bigger place to live. Though the more distance I put between us and my old life, the better I felt. I was finally free to live my life. I was damn sure I wouldn't make the same mistakes with my kids that my parents made with me and my siblings. There's a sense of pride in his words, his smile never faltering. If anything, I think his smile is getting bigger when on the subject of his kids. Father figure, let's go. I love characters who are dads. They're great. I love them. Well, most characters who are good dads, I guess. I mean, because just for a second there, I had to pause and be like, wait, not all of them are great actually. Characters who are this sweet chill dads, like Jericho. I like to think they turned out to be the best they could be. Oh, better stop before I get too carried away. Either way, this little segment I chose is something I see as hopeful and full of great opportunity. Nothing wrong with wanting to share. I could get lost talking about the work I've done. Every project is just so much fun and I can't help but put in my all. I'd love to hear all your guys' stories sometime. My love, no matter the distance, I will always find you. We will never be truly apart. For when you have upon the moon on the moon or the stars, know that I will be gazing up at them, awaiting the day that I can lose myself in the infinity that your eyes hold within them. Sir Tristan takes the hand of Princess Sylvana, his eyes never straying from his own gaze as the two inch ever closer. Though the two wish to embrace one another, they know that if they gave in to their desire, they could never part. My love, I hate that I must leave you like this. My very being is bound to you forever and always. It will only be a blink in the long years that await us together. Just the memory of your embrace shall keep me warm in the cold nights without you. Princess Sylvana holds Tristan's face, caressing every feature, burning the sight of him into her memory, as well as how it feels to hold him in her arms. You are my sun in the starless black, my other half found, my true love. The two hold each other for a while longer, knowing they'll meet again. Knowing they'll meet again keeps them hopeful, but it can't stop the knife piercing both of their hearts with having to separate so soon, after realizing the feelings they've both cultivated over the last 3 years behind the castle walls. Oh my gosh, the text wraps, so it's on the book. That's so sick. I love that. I'll go with this one. By Ruth. Yes. Physical touch is an important love language to me, and this passage describes it beautifully. Although, nowadays, not very many people touch me. Not because I'm an ugly hag or anything. I'm a catch and I know that. It's just, nowadays it's hard to trust people with myself, with my body. I get around, yes, but it's all meaningless to me. How nihilistic of me. So, it's nice to read something where the embrace actually matters. The romanticism is quite sweet. Suddenly, Ruth directs her attention to me and eyes me playfully. Maybe if Loverboy gets lucky, he'll get a taste of all this too. Another joke? Or actual interest? I can't really tell with Ruth. I decide to just stay quiet, giving Ruth an awkward smile as I continue to listen to the others. Ruth, rein it back a bit. There's still a chance you can scare him off with that kind of talk. I appreciate Jericho for speaking up. That was, until I heard him chuckling. I feel my face getting warm. Ruth had started it, and now Jericho seems to be in on it too. Physical touch is important. Not to say it's the most important aspect, but a relationship where my partner isn't afraid to show affection by hugging or even just kissing me. Jericho glances at me while adjusting his glasses. As soon as I meet his gaze, he winks at me before going on like nothing happened. These two are going to be the death of me. That's so real of you, Eric. Like, bro, me too. You never know who you'll bump into at a funeral. I've known this for years, but I honestly wasn't expecting to see my 5th grade best friend at my 4th grade teacher's funeral. I mean, who was this lady to her? We didn't share a class that year. I stood there for a while, listening to my old friends fondly discuss about the class trips we used to take. I would occasionally look at Lola, sometimes accidentally staring. My friend, Demonia, eventually noticed after... no. Is that an A? I think that's an A. Or is it an... No, there's like... No, is it an E? Demonie? I can't tell. The text is too small. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. I can't tell what the last letter is. I think it's an A. I don't know. Eventually noticed after I seemed too out of it to remark on. Maybe when I used to bully him? Who knows? He waved a hand in front of my face. I yelped. Ah! I said, my hand suddenly lifting out of my pockets. Bruh, you good? He said, sounding stupid as he usually did. He looked at my eyes' old focus before looking at me with a smug face. Is that the chick he used to hang with in 5th? Damn, she's hot now. I looked at him blankly in response before one of the other two... Kikil? Kikil? Is that how you say that? Pointed at him disapprovingly. No, that's an E? I think Demoni? Firstly, you sound stupid. I sound stupid. Secondly, we're at a funeral, jackass, she whisper-yelled and shook her head at him. Okay, Key, but don't you agree you should go talk to her? She's smoking. She used to be his friend and they don't look at all related, so I doubt she knew the teacher personally. Okay, yeah, you've got me there. Will you go? Keel asked me. Fine. I stood there for a while, listening to my old... Seems like this is the fragment highlighted by Jericho. Oh. No, I wanna see, that's Ruth. Richard. There we go. I wanna talk to Richard, because I can talk to everyone else. I have never spoken Latin before. O tempora, o mores. O Mores? I used to be a Percy Jackson kid. I probably used to be able to pronounce this, like, perfectly. I apologize if I completely fucked that up. Can't believe teenagers are reading this kind of literature these days. Richard said it with an ironic expression and a smirk on his face. Oh yes, Cero. One conservative man is quoting another one. Such a rare spectacle. Coy says it with the same ironic tone, but without any pleasure. Words of the guy who boasted with his French several moments ago. They look at each other with undisguised tension. Guys? And then they both start to giggle. Okay, I can't keep it anymore. It's a kind of funny story, to be honest. Reminds me of these 80s movies from my childhood. The plot is cliched, but there is a special aesthetic in books like these. So, you like it? More like I can stand it. What were you gonna say, Eric? What are you gonna say, Eric? The book can force people to start reading. It's a good book. Coy and Richard smile. It is. I can't hesitate to the idea. Good point, Eric. We should move on to the next passage now. It's best not to drag this out for too long. Now, let's move on to the question of the day portion. Seeing as we have a new member, I'm curious to hear your answer to this question. What brings you to the book club? Ooh. I'm low-key having flashbacks to Doki Doki Literature Club, even though I know that's not where this is going. I just, like, any club relating to, like, books or writing or whatever in a video game just automatically makes me go like, I'll say the last one. To be honest, I've been on my own for a while now. It's been manageable, but I can't say that the isolation I've been feeling hasn't been getting to me. I wanted to reach out to people and remember what it's like to have a close circle of friends again. Jericho seems to be giving me his full attention as I speak. Adjusting his glasses, he straightens up before putting on a smile, and I must admit it's a very handsome look for the tiger. We're all friends here, Eric. Part of the reason why I joined is because I was feeling a little of the same. With the kids out of the house, I've been keeping busy with work and helping out maintaining the library at the club's request. The tiger laughs, showing off an impressive set of teeth. That being said, if you need something looked at or fixed, just ask. Everyone else does, regardless if I agree or not. I nod my head. A local handyman, then. Since no one's disagreeing, I guess they have asked him for a thing or two. I'll definitely be keeping that in mind, but I promise I'll ask first beforehand. Thank you, Jericho. Jericho flashes me a playful smile. Slowly but surely, I'm feeling like this will be a good place for me. Eventually, the conversations on the passage end. Some of the members chatter idly amongst themselves. Oh my god. I don't feel quite part of the group yet to join in, but I do feel welcome here, I realize. My eyes catch the pinkish-orange light painted into the shelves through the library windows. Wow, it must be almost sundown. The conversations made me lose track of time a little bit. It's getting late. I should probably get going. Somebody can't wait to leave, huh, puppy? My surprise must be obvious on my face because she quickly breaks into a small laugh. I'm joking. It is getting late. It's easy for time to get away from you here. I find myself agreeing with that sentiment. It was so easy to lose myself in the conversation. Give him a break already, would you, Ruth? You'll have plenty of time to tease him at the next meeting. That's when the tiger focuses on me, his body shifting to face me. He steps a little closer to me, and I'm still taken aback by just how big this tiger is. There will be future meetings, right? That was... wow. I guess I made a pretty good first impression after all. Of course! You've all been so kind and welcoming. I'd love to make this a recurring thing. I can't help but smile. I can barely control my tail from wagging, but I don't care. Today was a great day, and I can't wait to have more with them. We still need to choose the book for the next 2 weeks. Oh, you're right! It's always the most troublesome part. Maybe we should let Eric decide. He's new here, and didn't bring a book with him today. Everyone looks at me. Yeah, since he didn't bring the book with him, it would be fair to, at the very least, give him a chance to choose from the ones we already have. I support the idea. Wow, we never come to agreement so easily. Then, Eric, which book do you want to read? I guess... Eventually, only one person comes to my mind. I don't know why, but it caught my attention from the start, and now I definitely want to know them better. It might be wishful thinking, but maybe if I choose their book, something good might happen. Yes, I believe it's the right choice. I want to read Jericho's book. Everyone is surprised, and then I can see how Jericho smiles at me with no words. So we've decided. I think we can end today's meeting. The library closes soon anyway. We'd love to see you here again, Eric. I wish everyone a good evening. Ruth sends me an air kiss and giggles. See you, lover boy, said the red squirrel before her big tail disappeared through the doorway. It was fun. Hope to see you again, mon ami. Koi waves to me and runs through the door right into the library hall with a big smile on his face. Koi, wait, it's against the rules to run in the library. Jericho sighs. You certainly made our day brighter, Eric. I hope to see you soon, Jericho said awkwardly and rapidly followed Koi. I'm glad to meet the person who knows how to listen. It's like a breath of fresh air in our usual routine. See you on Monday, Eric. With these words, Richard slightly smiles and leaves the room. I also smile, my tail still wagging a bit. Then, Eric, I think it's time to go home, but first, I need to find the copy of the book that I chose. I should probably look in another reading room. Let me do cute! Let me do a quick little save. The lights outside the room are already turned off. Even club members aren't here anymore. Strange. It's only been several minutes. Should probably go ask the librarian. She's likely at the reception desk. To my surprise, the lights here are still on. The old cat lady read the book while she kept adjusting her glasses. Excuse me, can you please help me? Her fur stood up. What are you doing here? The library's closed! She yelled at me with unconcealed anxiety. What? How's that possible? So early? Today is Friday. Friday's schedule's different. Didn't the others tell you? Then I think about it. Ruth said before leaving that the library was about to close, but I thought she meant in an hour or two. explains why everyone left the library almost immediately. Hey, are you listening to me, young man? I'm sorry, I'm listening, and I didn't mean to disturb you, Miss Luvine. Luvine? 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 I'm gonna go with Luvine. I would ask you to do it right next time, Eric. Wait, you know my name? Of course I do. I remember told me their own perception of you. Huh, I didn't expect to become so popular on the first day, I said with a note of joy. Maybe this will help Miss Luvine to be nicer to me. This woman is made of stone. One more time, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble, Miss Levine. I'll be back tomorrow to find a book that I need. The library's closed on the weekends. I assume you don't have the library card. Yeah, I don't. Miss Levine heads over to the shelf and retrieves a book. The book that we chose to discuss. Here, you can take this one. I can really take this? The library's already closed and I don't have the library card. I don't want to cause any problems. It's not from the library. It's from my collection. So don't worry about it, dog. Now take the book. Otherwise, how else will you prepare for the next meeting? I take the book from her hands. I don't even know how to say thank you. Just go to the next meeting, and if you have time, don't hesitate to take a break from reading and talk with this old lady. Miss Levine seems to smile without her knowing. I'm sorry if I was mean to you, Eric. I've gone through a lot in my life. I've seen tons of people who've been disrespectful within the library walls and the club itself. They leave this place with no bright thoughts in their head, but you. I believe that you'd show true interest in this place and others. Just like that woman who used to come here years ago. I wonder, could she be talking about Mom? She did say she used to go here all the time. So come back here again. Tell the old woman stories about your new friends. I look at her eyes and smile back. I will. Oh, that was cute. I liked that. That was so delightful. I don't know. I don't have a lot of final thoughts. Like, just no final thoughts that, like, I haven't already said. Like, I think this game is so cute. I love all the character designs. They're all so lovely. I feel like they're all kind of, like, the types of characters that I like. Like, they're all a little silly, a little goofy, and then there's, like, the kind of, like, rugged guy, Richard, what's his name, I think? I do think my favorites so far are probably, Ruth and Jericho, but I like all of them. I think they're all, like, really silly and really fun. Um, there's not really a lot that I haven't already said that, like, I could say here in the conclusion, but, I'm really excited for, this game to, like, blossom and, like, become a full game. It's gonna be so good. I just know it. It's really cute. I like it a lot. All the UI design is really cute. I love this menu screen. Like, it's just, I don't know, I love it so much. It's so good. Much love to all the developers and all the artists and all the voice actors that are going to be working on this project. I keep saying it's cute, but, like, it's so cute, okay? I don't, I can't say anything else. It's just cute. I love it so much. But with that, I think I'm pretty much done here. And maybe I'll play this again in the future, when it gets updates. I'll probably be back playing Danganronpa probably Wednesday or Thursday, or, like, I'll record another episode today if I'm feeling up to it. But I feel like I've done enough talking already, and my voice will probably give out within, like, 20 minutes of recording a Danganronpa episode. So maybe I'll just wait until Wednesday or Thursday, give myself a break. I don't know. I'll get there when I get there. With that being said, have a wonderful morning, evening, night, whatever time of day it is for you. Remember to stay hydrated, get yourself a snack if you need to, and have a wonderful whatever time zone you're in. Love you, bye!